Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So we're going to, I'd like to explain real quick. I don't know if I've done a reading for you before, kind of how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me. They also show me pictures. I call it spiritual charades. Try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. They don't waste their energy. So there's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. Go, nah, I know what he's talking about. This is non-exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So that just went out of my head. I've said it a million times. So sometimes you'll have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. He's not going to give me all the details. He should give me just enough so you understand what he's talking about. Details are none of my business or anybody else's. So we're going to talk to NEKKO. He comes in with this very strong smell, and he's even wafting it towards me. Like it almost looks like a little cloud around him. Did he wear a lot of cologne, or there's some smell that you associate with him very strongly, but it's something that he used to wear. It's not like BO or anything like that. So this will be a sign from him. They love smells, sounds, electronics because it's easy for them to do with their energy. So you'll get a little whiff of this smell. Whatever pops in your mind first, that's what it is. And you can be in the store, you can be outside, you can be in your car. It doesn't matter where you're at when you get that. That's his little, hello, I'm here. I love you. So when you get that, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. He says you've already smelled it before. Maybe not realize what it was. Like, for 2 weeks, every single morning, as soon as I opened my eyes, I smelled chocolate chip cookies. I never figured out who it was, but somebody was trying to say hello. But I didn't realize who it was. So now you know who that smell is and why it's happening. He says he didn't tell you he was sick because it was his business. He says he kind of wanted to ignore it, didn't want to admit it. Didn't want to play into it. Didn't want to give into it. He says didn't want to, and then he goes like this. I'm not sure what he's getting at here. He's gonna see if he'll explain. He's just kind of making a face. He goes, I didn't want to maybe deal with it. I'm not sure what he's trying to tell me with that. He says, fuck it. Everything happens for a reason. You are a beautiful person, and I was blessed to have you in my life. He says, so when you're having those days, which we all have, when you feel kind of down, he says, kind of like, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, think I'll eat some worm, haha. That little saying kids used to sing. He says, just remember I love you. Just remember what you did for me. Just remember that you touched one life. And if you only touch one life, you are a star. He says a bright and shining star. He says, just think of the ways that you helped me. And remember, you can do that for others. I'm nothing special. And some of the other nothing special people out there could use your love and your help. And then it's going like, you need to spread your wings. You need to spread your love out there. You need to spread your wings and go help others like him. That's what you're supposed to do. He says you're slacking in that department. Slacking, S-L-A-C-K-I-N-G. Sometimes new teeth, sometimes they don't talk so well. So when you're feeling like you're not enough, remember that I thought you were enough. That I thought you were special. Probably more than you knew. But there's others out there that feel the same way about you more than you know because they just don't express it. So then it's like, I don't want to call it imaginary. It's because it's not imaginary. That's the way he's saying. It's like maybe he wants you to imagine him coming up behind you and just putting his arms around you. Behind or in front. Kind of giving you one of those sideway hugs, around your shoulder. But he also came up behind you and gave you a hug. So you should feel this. Everybody feels energy different, so I don't know exactly for sure how you're going to feel it. You could feel it really strong. He's saying imagine though, so I think it's going to be very light, and you're just going to kind of feel this hug of love, if that makes sense. It's his energy. But you could feel it as a warmth around your shoulders or down your back if he's behind you giving this hug, or you could feel the arms around you. You can actually feel that. You could just feel this little pressure or warmth or goosebumps, or I've had the one I loved. I've had him actually walk towards me, and actually his energy was in me, and my whole body just went like vibrating. It was so wonderful. So he says, just imagine me hugging you, and you'll feel it. You'll feel the warmth, you'll feel the love, he says. Sometimes it just feels like a fullness. See, I don't know, because I don't know how you're going to feel it. That's going to come across to you. Like I can feel the pressure on my back right now, but it kind of feels like a bubble pushing on me. It's very slight. Anyway, he's trying to get that across because he wants you to know he's right there. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. What was he good at for you? What was the one thing that of him that was good for you? Ask him to help you with that aspect in your life. Ask him, give him permission, and then you have to allow it. They can't just do it. They cannot override your free will choice. If I choose to be an asshole, there's nothing they can do about it. Well, I just heard somebody say you are an asshole. It wasn't him. Sorry. And now whoever it is laughing hysterically. He says not to shortchange yourself in life. You're not living your potential. He says there's so much, and he said it like that, so much that you could be giving that doesn't cost anything. And it will make your soul happy, and it will make your soul free. He said you guys had soul talks. SOUL talks. I don't know if he means you talked about your souls or you had such deep conversations that it was in your soul where the conversation was coming from. I'm not sure which way he's going with that. All right. He's talking about a chime. Let me write that down. He's talking about a chime, like a chime, and like he's holding this chime and he hits it like ding, ding. So you have something that well, that's probably pretty poor imitation of it though. You'll hear something that sounds just like that. It's not really like a bell ringing. I'm not sure I can describe it any different. It's kind of like hitting my bell. Well, this isn't a bell, but I'm going to grab this one because it's closer. I don't know if I can do it in my hand. It's like, it's kind of like that. So I'm not sure what kind of bell that will be, but you'll know it when you hear it. You'll go, that's it, that's it. That'll be another sign from him, letting you know he's around. I don't know if you know anything about chakra bells. I don't know much about them either, but he's saying chakra bell. They actually adjust the energy in you, in your chakras, if you know what a chakra is. So, and they've got some, okay, he's like, our minds keep wandering off. They sell cheap ones on Amazon. He's suggesting that you get one. He says sacral chakra, SACRAL, or something like that. And use that to help adjust yourself. Oh, he said sit up. I thought he was talking to you. He's talking to me. I'm slumping. I get bitched at by him sometimes. Not bitched at. You're right. I do need to sit up. He is saying you are loved by many. He's talking about up there. You have many family guides and angels, he says. Okay, he wants me to explain. Your family guides and angels can sit up there and they can, I'll talk about me. That way I won't sound like I'm saying bad things about you. I can sit here and do the dumbest shit in the world. And they sit up there and they watch and they go, geez, Rhonda, why are you doing that? I mean, seriously. And they can't do anything about it because of my free will choice. That's something they cannot override. I can make all the dumb mistakes I want to. But I can also ask them and give them permission to step forward and help me. And I tend to block them out. But I can ask them to step forward and help me find a better way to do this. Help me find a better way to do that. Help me find a way to go get to learn this that I want to learn. Help me find a parking place. Should I ask them for that? An hour before I get to where I'm going, I'll go, get me a parking place right up front. Ta-da! Almost always works. But you have to ask them and you have to give them permission because they cannot override your free will choice. Then you have to be willing to allow whatever they bring forward. And they bring me some good shit. And then I go, nah, I don't like that one. So I say no because I can. Because it's my free will choice. If that makes any sense at all. You have to ask and you have to allow and you have to say yes and stick your toe in the, I started to say foot forward, he said toe in the water. In order to move forward with whatever it is they bring. So try asking. He says, when I said asking, he says, please help me with coloring. Did you know him when he was younger? Did you help him with coloring? I'm not sure where he's going with that line. Please, please. And he's talking about coloring within the lines. Coloring within the lines. I always tell people not to stay in the lines because get out of your box. So I'm not sure where he's going with this. Please help me color within the lines. Maybe that's something you helped him with. I usually ask them to at least do one or two things to validate for sure that it's them, so you know for sure we're talking to them. But these are the things he wants for you. He says, because you're a beautiful person. You don't see color. You don't see race. You only see what is truly in somebody's heart. He says, for that, I want to thank you. You don't know how important that is. I was blessed to have you as my friend and my guidance. So don't forget I'm here for you to help you with whatever you need. But you have to ask me. You have to ask me to step forward. And with that, I'm going to leave you with my love. And then he's standing up straighter. I don't know if that's for me or you, because I was slumping again. And sometimes they come in, they tell me to clean my desk off, which is getting messy again. Okay, much love to you, my dear. He's going to leave. He's taking he's got what looks like a white daisy or something, one single flower, and he's twirling it. He's twirling it. He's got it in his hand, but he's making it twirl, spin around as he's walking away. So I don't know if you're giving him daisies or white flowers or wildflower or something. He just told me to shut my dog up. I try. She's been whiny lately. Okay. Much love, my dear. The Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, noisy voice for your loved ones. Oh, the zoo's talking. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice.